Silas, a young man from the bustling urban center, longed for opportunity. His journey led him to Goje, a remote farming community abundant with untapped wealth, fresh farm produce of every kind. As Silas toured around the village, he marveled at the fertile land and hard-working farmers who lacked access to markets beyond their own borders. Silas quickly discovered a stunning disparity. The price of farm produce in Goje was just a fraction of what it cost in the city. With a modest 30,000 naira to his name, he dared to dream big. Could he bridge the gap between supply and demand? Could he connect the rich harvest of Goje to urban markets hungry for affordable produce? Back in the city, Silas approached three banks. The first dismissed him outright. The second demanded collateral far beyond his reach. But Silas refused to give up. At the third bank, he poured out his heart to the branch manager, presenting his family's only parcel of land as collateral, a land tied to generations of history and tradition. With his family's reluctant blessing, Silas pledged the land to secure a 6 million naira loan. It was a risk that could either ruin his family or elevate their fortune. He used the funds to arrange transport, rent a warehouse, and launch an ambitious marketing campaign that brought Goje's produce to the city's doorstep. Silas's warehouse became a hub of activity, filled with sacks of rice, tubers of yams, and fresh vegetables. His advertising effort, of course, paid off as customers flooded in, eager for high-quality produce at fair prices. Over the next 2 years, Silas' business thrived, allowing him to lease a warehouse and even insured it against risk. As the business grew, Silas no longer needed to travel to Goje for supplies. His network of farmers in the village now coordinated shipments directly to him. The once small operation had blossomed into a streamlined business, connecting Goje's abundance with the city's demand. Silas transformed his modest start into a thriving enterprise. He had not only brought prosperity to his family, but also empowered farmers of Goje, connecting them to a larger market and changing lives. Silas proved that courage and vision could turn even the smallest seed into a bountiful harvest. Silas' entrepreneurial journey was marked by his ability to effectively leverage several aids to trade, transforming his vision into a thriving enterprise. Each element played a vital role in smoothing the challenges he faced and ensuring his business thrived. Now, let's examine the aids to trade featured in Silas's business journey. One of the most critical aids to Silas's business was communication. Initially, he relied on in-person visits to Goje to source farm produce and establish trust with the local farmers. However, as his business grew, Silas used modern communication tools to streamline operations. Through mobile phones and messaging platforms, Silas stayed connected with the farmers in Goje. These simple tools allowed him to coordinate the collection and shipment of goods without the need for constant travel. This saved him both time and money while strengthening his relationship with the villagers. Transportation was another cornerstone of Silas's success. The ability to move goods from Goje to the city was crucial to his business model. Early on, Silas negotiated a deal with a transport firm, ensuring the reliable movement of bulk goods from the village to the warehouse. By investing in efficient logistics, it reduced spoilage and ensured the produce arrived fresh at his urban warehouse. Over time, the cost-effective transportation network he established became a lifeline for his business, linking Goje's abundance to the city's high demand. To manage the influx of farm produce, Salas made strategic use of warehousing. Initially, he rented a temporary space to store goods as they arrived from Goje. As his business expanded, Salas leased a larger warehouse and insured it against fire outbreak and other risks, ensuring the safety of his investment. This warehouse served as the backbone of his operations, allowing him to store produce systematically, manage inventory, and fulfill orders promptly. Proper warehousing also meant he could stockpile goods during peak harvest times and sell them when prices were higher, maximizing his profits. Salas's business might never have taken up without the support of the banking system. Although his initial attempt to secure a loan were met with rejection and steep collateral demands, his persistence paid off. The third bank he approached, remember, provided him with the necessary capital after he pledged his family's land as collateral. With the 6 million naira loan, Salas could invest in transportation, warehousing, and advertising. This access to credit marked the turning point in his entrepreneurial journey, enabling him to build a scalable business model. Insurance played a critical role in Salas's business journey, safeguarding his investment as his enterprise expanded. Recognizing the risk involved in managing a stockpile of farm produce, Salas made the wise decision to insure his warehouse against fire and other potential hazards. By investing in a comprehensive insurance policy, he protected not only his assets but also his peace of mind, creating a safety net that allowed his operations to run smoothly. Lastly, Salas utilized advertising to bring visibility to his produce and attract customers. By employing social media platforms, radio advertisements, billboards, and flyers, he spread the word about the fresh, affordable farm produce he offered. Eye-catching window displays at his warehouse further drew customers in, building trust and brand recognition. His advertising strategy allowed him to compete with larger retailers and establish a loyal customer base, cementing his position as a reliable supplier of farm fresh goods. Salas' ability to effectively use aids to trade, communication, transportation, warehousing, banking, and advertising was key to his business success. Each of these elements worked together, creating a seamless pipeline that connected the farmers of Goje to the consumers in the city. Through strategic use of these aids, Salas not only built a prosperous enterprise, but also empowered an entire community by opening up access to larger markets. His story is a testament to how leveraging aids to trade can transform challenges into opportunities, paving the way for economic growth and shared prosperity.